What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the new album from the band Crucifier, entitled Thy Sulfur Throne On High. This is released on Deathrune Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very traditional, dark, blasphemous hybrid of both death metal and black metal. Yeah. Crucifier are one of those really, really awesome and important bands within the history of US death metal and black metal that I honestly believe deserve way more love and attention than what I feel they are already getting. This band has been putting out a wide assorted array of material since the early 90s going into the 2000s. Just a great multitude of demos and EP releases. Of course, this band putting out their debut full-length in 2003 with Stand Stronger Than Passing Time. That album was absolutely amazing. And of course, one thing that really won me over about this project is the fact that not only was this a band that predated Graham Belial's Key, but this band, of course, featured the Black Lord of Crucifixion, the Kaz Grant, the drummer vocalist behind Crucifier. He was also in Graham Belial's Key. He played on a bunch of their releases, including probably the two of the greatest U.S. black metal albums of all time, with Mocking the Philanthropist and Judea Beast Assassination. Of course, that really added to his already stacked sort of legacy. But Crucifier was, I believe, I would pretty much say that Crucifier came first, and this project has been making its own sort of impact with this releases. Like I mentioned, the EPs, the demos, and the full-length material. Of course, a couple of years ago, there was a compilation put out through Iron Bonehead called Coffins Through Time, which is a compilation of all the EPs and demos material. I would go look that up if you want to get more into the history of Crucifier with that. But yeah. The last time we had heard a full-length from Crucifier was back in 2003, and now 15 years later we have the second full-length album. This had been in the planning and in the stages for the longest time. It just pretty much dropped unexpectedly. The music was ready, physical copies were being done, and now here we are with the second full-length from Crucifier entitled Thy Sulfur Throne On High. It's 10 tracks and it clocks in at around 59 minutes in length, and pretty much you can tell that really nothing much has changed since the last time we had heard a full length from them. This is pretty much Crucifier as you would know and expect them to sound. Raw, filthy, primal, blasphemous. Everything you would expect out of a Crucifier release is here in full force on Thy Sulfur Throne On High. And I honestly think that this not only exceeds Stronger Than Passing Time, but I would consider this to be easily one of the best black death metal records of 2018 so far. I mean, this is just a wild and crazy trip. I mean, from the minute you hear the opening vocal samples on Ego Sum Papa, I Am the Pope, to later tracks like Mammon the Ghast and The Black Angel, you already can tell that these guys are absolutely prime positions when it comes to writing songs and crafting all these crazy stories to be told and woven, because these guys know what they're doing. They know how to create a great story. They know how to tell a great song, how to execute a perfect song, and that's what they do here plenty and plenty of times without this record. Musically, this is sensational. I love these guitar riffs. I love how warm and natural everything sounds. The way that every single riff sounds, it just sounds it gets more heavy and devastating along the ways. The soloing on this record sounds amazing. I love the way that the solos are being used in sparingly, and whenever they're brought out, they really do make a big difference and impact. But these guitar riffs definitely hold this album together, and I think it's really, really killer. Really great guitar playing being done throughout the majority of this record. And I should also mention that I mentioned the song Ego Sum Papa. There are two versions of the track on this album. There's a version that has Kaz doing guitar, I think, and then in the last track we have Dan doing the last doing a guitar lead for his version of the track, which I think is pretty damn neat. But yeah, you get two little differing ideas of what type of guitar playing is being represented on this album. The bass work on here is very good too. A lot of good bottom end, a lot of good sound and distortion quality being done here with this bass performance. It definitely adds to the overall intelligence and smartness of these guitar riffs. The drumming on here is fantastic. Of course, Kaz is a true to blue lifer. He is a great drummer. I think he definitely deserves a lot more love, because not only is he a great vocalist, but he's also a great drummer, and his drum performance on here is fantastic. He definitely keeps the pace going. I love the way the snare sounds. I love the way the fills are. I just love the momentum and pace throughout the majority of this record, especially for some of these really methodical, more lengthier tracks, like The Poisoner of Galilee, which is the longest track on here at about 9.5 minutes. And then you have a track like the Bestiari Rosaries, which I think is a really great track. It's like a 7-minute long track. Really good stamina being done here by this drum performance. I love the fact that there's a lot of diversity going on here. The more slower paced drum parts work out well. The mid-paced to faster drum parts work out very well here. He definitely does a tremendous drum performance. And it goes without saying, you can't talk about a Kaz Grant Black Lord of Crucifixion drum performance without mentioning his vocal style. I love his vocal style. He is very twisted. He is very evil sounding here. I love the way his vocals sound throughout the majority of this record, whether it be his low range sort of growls to his more depraved sort of high end sort of vocal styles. It works out tremendously here, and he does a tremendous job getting the story woven throughout the majority of these songs with these lyrics, these themes, these concepts. It's just very awesome. I mean, Toil and Trouble, The Empty Chalice of the Seamen of Saints, He Whose Number is 9. Absolutely amazing vocal work being done here on those tracks, and especially the songwriting and the lyric writing being done here too. Really killer stuff all the way throughout. So overall, I honestly think this was well worth waiting 15 years for. If you are a fan of Crucifier, you're going to find something wonderful to enjoy with Thy Sulfur Throne On High. This is a fantastic black death metal record made by musicians who know exactly what the hell they're doing, and they craft and create something very special here with this full-length album. So if I had to think of any personal favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Ego Sum Papa, I Am the Pope. Both versions are killer, I should say. Mammon the Ghast, Toil and Trouble, The Black Angel is a great track. He Whose Number is 9. Absolutely amazing songs. This whole full length is absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you a link in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Crucifier Bandcamp page where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it, buy it digitally, and it is available physically as a CD, jewel case, and what I have in my hand is the Digipack edition. Very good quality here on this Digipack, and as you can see, I got this directly from the band, and this has been signed and consecrated by the Black Lord himself. Very sick. Pro CD. Nice little artwork Digipack here. Comes with a booklet. You got the Mark Riddick artwork. You have lyrics, band photos, credits, all that good shit. This is a very top quality Digipack, and if you live in the US, I would recommend getting it from the band. If internationally, I guess get it through the label itself, Deathrune Records. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of ways to get hold of this. So again, the album is Thy Sulfur Throne On High by Crucifier. This is released on Deathrune Records. Go support this band, and for a score, I'm going to give this a very strong 9 out of 10. Crucifier are back, and they are kicking ass and taking names. This is easily one of the best black death metal records of 2018. So if you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it, how you feel about it, and how you think it compares to previous Crucifier releases. Or any of you guys into Crucifier, definitely let me know. I'm Who This Review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, Army How out.